Just another update from Mr. Williams. Good afternoon, Discovery families and friends. This is Principal Williams with another weekly update. Once again, just to keep you in the loop on what's going on here at Discovery. For this particular update, I just wanted to share some information with you regarding where we're at with providing students with a digital learning experience during this closure due to COVID 19. For the most part, it's been going fairly well. However, we have had some setbacks as a district in terms of the formats that or the platforms that we're using to do this. So with EduCal, when we have every student in the district logging on to that system at once, it's inevitable that it's going to slow the process down. And so what I tell students and families is just have your student refresh their internet browser and hopefully that'll work. Or just check back at a later time, and then that will allow the students to get in. Our IT department has done a phenomenal job working to correct this issue. And in terms of Zoom, this has been a national issue where there's people who are hacking into Zoom sessions and just doing inappropriate things, whether it's showing inappropriate images or using inappropriate language. And so our teachers are taking the necessary steps to prevent that from happening. And so students will have to access their Zoom sessions through EduCal. And so this has been communicated to students by their teachers. We just want to make sure that our students are safe within that environment. However, you're going to always have students or people who are going to try to circumvent the system. But when that happens, our teachers have been instructed to end their sessions and to proceed from there. So I just wanted to keep you in the loop with those two platforms. So if your family has experienced any angst with that, it's perfectly fine. You're not the only one. People throughout our district are in the same boat as you. Um, Also, with the schedule that we have attached to this video, if you go to your email, I have the updated schedule for you. Once again, on Mondays and Wednesday, our students are following their odd number courses, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are their even number courses. And in terms of the letter day, with us being in middle school, we are still following the same letter schedule that we've been following all year. So if you have that little magnet that we sent home at the beginning of the year, just refer to that in terms of which letter day we are at. And then also attached to the schedule will be our physical education schedule and our large group music schedule as well. So have your student just reference this. And just so you know, if at any time your student gets frustrated on where they're at, just have them reach out to the teacher, and the teacher will be more than willing to work with them to get them caught up. I'm going to share this visual with you. I shared this with my staff yesterday, and I just think it's so pertinent during this time. Um, Educators everywhere are familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It just talks about the things that people need in life to be successful. However, I want to read this because I think it's so important. This is what I told my staff yesterday. School is important during this crisis, but not as important as the needs of our families who are experiencing anxiety and fear as we develop our new normal. Our kids and family need us more than ever to model social and emotional learning before content. And if you look around Fargo, or if you look around our nation, there are people who are losing their jobs because the jobs have to close their doors. And right now, academics may not be the most important thing that's on their mind. And so I've instructed my staff that we're going to work with families wherever they're at. And so we do have students at Discovery who are helping out at home, taking care of younger siblings or possibly looking for work to help out. And you know what? That's what's most important at this time. And so if we need to give that student more time to get caught up in their work, that's what we're going to do. because we want to make sure that their needs of having something to eat, having a place to stay, are taken care of before we can teach, the ABCs and the one, two, threes. So I just wanted to share this with you. This is what my staff has been instructed to follow, and I hope that's okay with you all. Here are some tips I wanted to give you. I we have students who are go-getters. They're eager to learn, and we have kids who are just, they just want to excel. But I want students to understand, and I want families to understand that your student isn't expected to replicate what they've been able to do in the classroom at Discovery. I just think that's an unrealistic expectation for students to place upon themselves, and I've even shared that with teachers that it's an unrealistic expectation for them to try to replicate what they've done in the classroom in terms of their instruction. As of now, we're trying to get everyone through this process, and hopefully there will be a point in time when we can come back to the classroom and we can proceed with our normal schedule. So don't stress yourselves out by trying to do what you've done at Discovery Middle School inside the classroom. Number two, you can expect to get annoyed. That's perfectly fine. Technology is going to fail. Schedules may change. Right now, we are living in the unknown. There may come a point in time where we are instructed to shelter in place, and then we just have to adjust from there. So expect to get annoyed. That's perfectly fine. And number three, kids strive under structure and routine. In the next slide, I'm going to share with you. It's just going to give you some tips on how to do that for your student. And then last but not least, if your student is having any technological issues, here's the number that they can reach out to get some support, to help to make sure that they're prepared for their classes. So in terms of routine, I found this on a Facebook of all places, and this is just an example of what kids can do or what families can do to provide that structure for students. And I made this germane to Discovery schedule because our schedule for students is roughly from 8:30 until let's say 12:30 or so, like that. I'm sorry, I don't have it right in front of me. But if you look at it, it tells students what to do or what parents can have their students do in the morning: wake up, eat breakfast, make their bed, take a shower, do some type of physical activity before they engage in their academics. Uh, Take breaks during that time. I'm also a parent as well, and my kids are also engaged in digital learning. And I'll be honest with you, I don't want my kids in front of a computer screen all day. So take breaks as often as you can. Have lunch. At 1 o'clock, start doing some chores around the house. So help your parents empty the dishwasher, take out the garbage, do something. 2 o'clock, reading time. I'm sorry, that's quiet time. So read a book, write in your journal, take a nap. And I won't read all of this to you, but this is just something that families around the nation have been utilizing to provide some routine and structure for their kids. So I thought I would share it with you. So just take a look and make it germane to your family. So, and last but not least, I wanted to end this update just with a memory from this year. This is a photo that I stole from one of our parents' Facebooks regarding the students who had the opportunity to participate in our high school junior musical, which they all did a phenomenal job, and I couldn't be more proud of those students. So this has been Principal Williams. Once again, just know that you are all in my thoughts and prayers. I look forward to the day when we can all be together again. But until then, please stay safe, hug your loved ones, and just know that we're all in this together. Have a great weekend.